Yeah, I mean, I'm having flashbacks to my lowest moments where life really said, okay, what are you going to do now? You got nothing, you're down. Are you going to get back up and fight?
And I don't know those moments, but I guarantee they weren't fair. I guarantee something happened to you that you weren't anticipating, or it was unfair. You got a rug pull from a partner that you were close to, or somebody did something, or the marketplace changed unexpectedly. You're like, what the hell? I did everything. I worked my what off, and now I'm in this spot. Right?
Yeah, I take ownership of all of it at the end of the day. That's my default.
Well, that's why you're admirable. That's why you're doing the show. Hey, when I showed up on Colbert after I got fired, he was like, well, did you think you were going to last a long time? I said, well, longer than a carton of milk in the refrigerator. I think I was going to get blown out before the milk spoiled. I said, but Stephen, I have to own my mistakes. If I handled myself in a way where the President of the United States did not want me to be on his staff anymore, he's got a very tough job, arguably the toughest job in the world. Bam, boom, I'm out. It's my fault. It's nobody else's fault. You see?
Yeah, that's
You're like that.
Extreme
That's why
ownership.
you've been so successful, because you can own your mistakes. These people on the wall that you've interviewed in this room, I'm looking at these people, I know a lot of these people, they own their mistakes. But everybody has them. Jeff Bezos, .com bust, Amazon goes from 116 to 8. They're trying to figure out what to do. Michael Dell, good friend, helped me get SkyBridge started. He was one of the early investors. In August of 1993, his laptops had a manufacturing defect. They caught on fire on airplanes 30 years ago, and his stock went from 41 to 7. He had to rebuild. Microsoft, Bill Gates, they were trying to make the operating system for IBM, and they failed, and so they went to digital research in Seattle, Washington, and they bought DR-DOT's Digital Research Disk Operating System, borrowed money from Bill's dad, bought it, renamed it MS-DOS, and plugged it into the IBM system. But they were going out of business. But they adapted and they pivoted. Should we talk about Apple Computer? Okay. People probably don't remember. You got a lot of young listeners and viewers. Ladies and gents, Apple Computer was almost lights out when Steve Jobs was returning. Michael Dell told me that one of the biggest mistakes in his career, he was asked at like a Comdex in Las Vegas, it was the week that Steve Jobs returned to Apple. Steve Jobs is back at Apple, what should he do? He said, they're not going to make it. They should return the cash remaining on the balance sheet to the shareholders. And look at where Apple Computer is today. And when it surpassed Dell in market cap, Steve sent the newspaper article around to all at Apple. And Michael's a great guy, and he shouldn't have said that, but he probably believed it at the time. But the point being, Jobs was able to adapt and pivot, grow the company, despite the headwind and despite the negative sentiment in the marketplace. So they've all been there. Elon Musk. Okay, read Walter Isaacson's book.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? He's on his knees. It's 2008.
Yeah.
He's sleeping on people's couches. He's borrowing their money to try to keep this company called Tesla and this commercial space aviation company called SpaceX afloat. He's the richest person in the world now.
Yeah. So they all went through the fire.
They all
People
did.
forget that sometimes.
Well, here's the other thing, okay? For the sake of children, if you are a mom or dad listening, show your children your faults. I can't tell you the number of miserable billionaires and miserable millionaires that I know that they're signaling to their children that their life is a 45-degree angle, up and to the right, nothing's gone wrong, I've made every decision right. That casts a solar eclipse over your children. If
and
you
that
don't,
happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
In successful people.
It does, because you want to glorify everything.
Right.
And you're trying to beat your chest to your kids. I opened the kimono. I said, kids, here's all the battle scars. Here's all the idiocy. Here's all the stupidity of your father. Here's the day I got fired from the White House. This is the day I brought Sam Bankman-Fried to see President MBZ of the UAE. But learn something from your dad. Be resilient. Don't let him break you. Get up, dust yourself off, go forward, and keep going. You see, and now all of a sudden you've now created space for these kids to do their thing, but also, hey, I can fail. It's okay. I'm not being judged, and I can get up. You see what I mean?
Yeah. You
So
must have a
these
great
is-
relationship with your kids.
Not always. Listen, I said this morning on Good Morning Britain, every family's dysfunctional. My motto is, let's put the word fun in the word dysfunctional, okay? We're dysfunctional. Some days they love me, some days they're super mad at me. I'm just a human being, so I'm doing my best. I love them unconditionally, but man, they can, Remember something about kids, okay? Did they give you permission to bring them into the earth? Did they?
No.
They didn't. So they're all pissed. They're pissed. They're like, okay, I signed up for the good stuff. I didn't sign up for all this human condition stuff. They take it out on their parents. You know that.
Yeah, I do know that.
Right?
That's why we're there, to get punched.
That's why they're there. Boom,
punch you
boom.
back. One day
So,
later,
yeah,
after we're gone, they'll appreciate it, and then they'll have to do it.
Well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And then they realize, right? What did Mark Twain say? My dad's an idiot. I'm 14. At that age of 21, wow, it's incredible how much my dad has learned in the last 7 years. Right? Because it's humbling. The process of life is humbling.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone. Also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you gonna do? What's the choice that you're going to make?